not seen these before. Oh god. Oh god. Ah! Go away, go away, go away, go away. Wow. They are scary. I'm gonna back. Wow, they're just spawning out of nowhere. Run from it!
Missions. The Aurora was one such vessel. During its descent, the Aurora was struck by a mysterious energy pulse, resulting in catastrophic hull failure. A single life pod jettisoned prior to impact. You were in that life pod.
So, hello guys, and welcome to Subnautica. This is going to be just a little look at a game that's been in early access for a little while now. Just going over a year and a couple of months now. It came out in December the 16th, 2014. And I'm just going to get out because it's a bit loud, which I've noticed. But yeah, so this game is, like I said, early access. It's a survival-based game. And in the general sense of you've been stranded on a world, as the intro said, after it got hit by a pulse, and you're the only survivor. And you've got to use what you can find under the sea here, and on the sea floor, and on the seabed, and in the caverns, in order to survive, build a base, and hopefully potentially at some point escape. But for the time being, just make your life a bit more comfortable. Now, this game is kind of cool. I really like it. Now, in the bottom left there, you'll see you've got an oxygen setup. You've got the red bar's health. The green bar is food, and the blue bar is your water life size. Now, water will decrease a lot quicker than food, so it's something to keep in mind. So hydration is very, very important in this game. And also, as you can see down there, oxygen will decrease when you're under the water. Now, let's go back in, and let's talk about a few bits and pieces. So this is where you spawn. It's the life pod. Now, these are the power cells that will recharge over time. I think it works in the base of the solar. And in here, there's actually nothing. I'm quite surprised. This is like a little medical pad, but there's no inside. So, life pods are equipped as standard with a fabricator program to construct tools, render organic substances edible. Cool. So, which is this? And this is where you can find all your basic materials, as you can see here. Which we've got not much at the moment we can do. But all these are different equipment you can have. But I think what we need to do at the moment is work our way towards getting a scanner. That's probably one of the best things to do. So let us go into the water. So this game was developed by a lovely fellows called Unknown Worlds Entertainment, and they were the guys behind Natural Selection 2. We've got a little fella here who's quite close by. Now, these worlds are randomly generated, so it's something to keep in very good mind. Picked up metal. And that generally means that each time you come into the world is slightly different. And I will actually show you one of my lovely worlds that I've been working on for the last few hours. Yeah, just for a little quick little peek.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Ooh. Now this little guy here is a... What's his name? Where's he gone? It's... I think I have to bring it up. It's an air sac, and this is what you use to get some food, but it's very good at getting water when you take him to the fabricator, but I'm going to leave him for now. And then there's this other dude here, and grab hold of him, which is a... well, he's very, very quick, though. I can actually grab his a pedal, a peeper, shall I say, sorry, not pedal. And this one's got very good for protein, so especially when you cook them up. There we go, cool. Now, oh, there's some more here. Let's grab these what we can.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Can I get this guy? There we go. Now let's get back to the surface. Ooh. Now, your inventory space is very limited in this game, so this is your inventory slots, and certain items take up more inventory space than others. So in this general sense, salvage takes up 2. It's 2 by 2, while these single items don't. So I'm going to go to the fabricator here and cook these guys up. There we go. So I can turn the air sacs into filtered water, which will provide some H2O, which I'm going to do. You can cook them up as well, if you do choose to, but they don't provide much in the general sense of food. It's a spongy, gristly, thankfully odourless. But this one is what you want. Protein-rich eyeballs, small bones, and texture. Sorry, dudes, I'm going to have to cook you up. I need this nourishment at the moment. And then we'll just get some more filtered water. Because you can never have too much water. Especially in a world that's filled with salt water. There we go. Cool. Now, did I do that with a salvage? Ah, yeah, there we go. So, titanium is like your basic material, as you can see there. And you can get a lot of it from picking up these fragments left from the ship. There we go, cool. Now, titanium is low density, so you will discover items as you go around. You discover new items, new materials that you just pick up as you go, just crawling around on the seafloor, really, or swimming around. Ah, okay. So the next thing you want to do is either pick up these materials here, which is quartz, or break limestone. Now, these will give you different materials ranging from copper all the way down to gold and lithium and all that kind of cool stuff. So it's something to keep in the lookout, especially when you want to get certain materials. But at the moment, I want to eat these. So eat them. So these provide 31 food and 4 H2O. So they actually are good in both ways. This provides 28 H2O. Now, food that you've cooked actually does go off after a bit of time, so it will degrade and it will not give you as much of a benefit the longer you have it. So it's only like cook and capture the food that you need. So let's have a little more swim around, shall we? See what else we can find. So a bit more quartz. So there's a few good things you need. There's some salt that you can pick up, which are like little squares. Which I don't know if they have official texture yet. But it's something to keep an eye out. Here we go, some more limestone deposits. Got some more copper. There's quite a few. Ooh, this is actually quite big.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Titanium. Oh, better go back to the surface very quickly. More titanium. There we go. We also probably want to pick some of these up. These are acidic mushrooms. And these are useful so you can make batteries. Like I say, I do know this because I've actually played the game a little while. I'm not cheating in any particular way. So look of the in the shallow water, there doesn't seem to be many evil creatures, which is very useful. Right, so what do we want to do here? Where is the fabricator? There we go. So, what we can do, we can make different stuff with different equipment. So in this case, I can make, with the titanium, I can make a titanium ingot if I wanted to, which is for other stuff down the line. I can also make silicone rubber, glass. Like, so the thing I want to make towards is a scanner.
Attention, detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with ongoing degradation of the Aurora's dark matter drive core due to damage sustained during collision. Continuing to monitor.
So, spoilers, after a little while, it's not really spoilers in a way, but I'm just going to jump ahead of this automation commentary here. The ship will eventually explode, spewing out radiation everywhere, which will will reduce the area which you can actually swim. Which is actually a nice spectacle when you watch it. Well, anyway, what we were getting on, so we want tools. So I want to get this, so I need a battery. So in order to get a battery, I need to go and grab one of these. So I need acidic mushrooms and some copper. And once I've done that, so I can craft myself a scanner. Cool. And there's my scanner. So that's going to be in the first inventory bar there. So what else can we get? Well, I guess some more batteries, because it's going to be quite handy to have them. I should be able to make 2. Yep. And I'm going to keep odds of the quartz for the time being, because I don't really need to do much with them. Right, so I'm going to show you how this scanner works. So, the scanner works in the general sense of any materials you find, which you can use, you can actually scan them. So in the bottom right there's a little thumbnail icon. And if you actually hold down right click, you will scan this item. And there we go. And I think it adds it to, something gives you more information on the particular item. You can't do the thing for quartz, but I can pick some of that up at least. So you'll know when you need to, you can scan something, because that will pop up in the bottom right hand corner. So you can scan creatures. It's obviously metal salvage here.
10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Scan that. It's becoming night time now, so this is a day-night cycle as well. And look at that moon. That moon looks pretty. I'm going to say that is one of probably the best moons I've seen. Was it a planet? I don't know. It's very, very close though. probably explains why this is a water world. You can also scan creatures to give you some more information if you want. Oh, there we go. Just scan this peeper. Come here. Now, some creatures require more time in order to be able to get them to scan correctly. So I'm just going to try and get this guy. Come here. Stop moving. There, got him. Oh, yeah, and then these. So these little locker icons are fragments. So what you need to do is you need to get one of these scanners in order to be able to actually... let's just go up here. I think that's a planet by the looks of it, because that's the moon. Very interesting. But yeah, so you need one of these scanners in order to be able to scan this. So this is a Seamoth fragment. This is one of those little, you'd call submarines that you can get, which is a lot more quicker and more nimble and allows you to go a bit deeper as well. And eventually be able to upgrade it. So I've got 20% progress, 1 out of 5, so I need to find another 5 more of these fragments in order to be able to unlock the Seamoth. There's another creature, a Garryfish, which is probably one of the worst creatures you can have.
10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Let's get up here. And back down we go. And we've got these big ones now. I'm not too sure on these, but these are gasopods, so I'm assuming in some kind of way these are a bit dangerous at the rear. But they don't seem very much hostile. They give off these like gas. I'm assuming if you go into them too much, you'll get poisoned and lose health. Alright, so what else can we find? Some more fragments. Now, it doesn't seem to be like at night there's more dangerous creatures, but it's something you do have to be very, very careful of because you can't see as far. I could be wrong. There could be more creatures that come out at night. Ooh, boomerang. Hello there. But it looks a lot more colourful. Look how vibrant it is. I mean, if you want to capture what the seafloor should look like at night, these guys do it really well. And there's these here, and these are quite useful for giving you oxygen.
Remaining.
So these are very useful when you're at a good depth and you can't swim high enough quicker. You can use these to give yourself more oxygen. And again, there's a lot I don't know. There's another fragment here. This should give me 2 out of 5, luckily enough. There's also other fragments, depending on where you are. I think the lower down you go, there's more fragments. In other different biomes, there's different fragments.
10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Oh, I actually need to go to the surface before I lose unconscious and die. But what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually head over to the other save I've got, which is the one I've been playing on, and just show you around that bit more, because I'm a bit further into the game. So I'm going to show you a bit more, a few more bits and pieces here and there. Just going to scan this last bit. There we go. So I will see you in a few minutes, because I've got to exit the game to actually load it back up again, you know, to get out. So I'll be right back, guys. Well, hello, guys, and welcome back to my little base here, that my other save that I'm working on. So this is an underwater base I'm working on at the moment. It took a fair few hours to get to this point, but I guess the more experienced you are in the game, the quicker you can get here. But this took me about 2 hours to get to this point. And even then, I don't have all the equipment I need. So eventually, like I said, you'll be able to build an underwater base. Now, this is actually quite close to my startup area. It's not too far away. But in here, I have lockers. I've got a little window I can look out of. I've actually got a Seamoth, which is there. I've got some floating containers. There's another locker here. And then also got a little aquarium with some lovely little guys in there that I will actually need to eat very quickly. So I'm going to take just take 2. And I'll leave 1 in there.
New creature discovered.
Now these aren't new creatures for me. I've already discovered them before, but I think every time you come into the game, they seem to be always new. It's a bit weird. But yeah, I'm going to eat these guys up. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Right, cool. So I'm going to show you my little save world. So this, again, is completely different. I started just over here, which are on top of this little rock outcrop. I've just managed to push the escape pod a bit further this way. And there's the Aurora. or blown up this time. I think after about 2 days it does blow up. Yeah, and then this is some of the equipment. So you can get one of these mobile vehicle bays, which you can actually make at some point. So actually get up here. You can make vehicles, so you can make a Seamoth or a Cyclops. And the Cyclops is a bigger submarine, which you can actually use to get deeper underwater. And also it's like a mobile base. Yeah, it's kind of, and you can actually see inside, which is kind of cool. So anything that's replicated inside is replicated outside. So I thought it might be one of those ones where it's like a fake glass window and it's just stationary. But everything that's going on in there, you can actually see, which is really cool. And I've put it across this little, I'm going to say a little dip, canyon. It's not really a canyon, is it? It's more like just a little gully. But what I'm going to do is put a, like a Seamoth bay in there. So this can dock in. And I'll attach up via this little connector pipe here. Yeah, so let's jump in the Seamoth and I'll have it fly around quickly.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So this is very handy. This helps you get around much quicker and go to depths a bit easier. And also replenishes your oxygen while you're in here. But does require energy and also has health. So I don't want to go too far this way because it actually has radiation. And even in this Seamoth I will actually take damage. So we're going to fly over this way. Yeah, it's really cool. You have to watch that you don't bang into anything because you will actually take damage. Yeah, this is one of the other biomes. This is a kelp forest. And this is where actually hostile creatures are. These big, like, as you can see, it's like a, I don't know if you would call it like a, it's like a saber-tooth fish. Nope. But they'll like pick up scrap and they move it around and then they will actually also attack you at some points as well. But there's also creatures I haven't seen, like this one I haven't seen before. This is new. These creatures look really weird. And also there's more fragments down here. And there's also this little dude, which I think is not very friendly, but what's this? Ah, this is a modification station. This is actually what I'm looking for. So there's all these different fragments around the map. Ooh, I don't know if he's coming over this way. He might do, but I'm assuming he'll try chomping on me as well. And also there's a bit of radiation over this way. I don't want to go too far because I think that's where the... yeah, we'll go more this way. Yeah, the Aurora's actually above there, so I want to be a bit more this side. But the radiation is quite extensive, so until eventually you manage to build like a radiation suit and then shut down the Aurora. But as you can see, there's more radiation here. Oop, and I bumped into that little rock formation there. If I actually go up to the top, you can see a bit easier. So it's there, but I'm still going this way, but there's radiation, so it's kind of like spewed out everywhere. But as you know, this is part of the Aurora there as well. It's like part of the engine, I think it is, and then there's this little dude. Hello. Looks horrible. I think it is aggressive, but I don't want to get too close to find out. Well, there's also even bigger creatures than that you've got to be very, very careful of lying around. Ooh, nice small salvage there. I thought that was like a chest I hadn't seen before. Yeah, this is a cool game. I like this. But like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do a series on it at the moment. I'm just checking it out. I do like doing like first impressions on the game. And ooh, what are these? Ooh, I ain't seen these before. Oh god. Oh god. Ah! Go away, go away, go away, go away. Wow. They are scary. I'm gonna back. Wow, they're just spawning out of nowhere. I'm in a place I don't want to be right now. Holy cow. Yeah, so I don't know if it's a game I'm going to do a series on just yet, because I've got a lot going on my channel series-wise. I don't want to overflood them, and then you guys are waiting a lot longer for a particular series if you do enjoy them. But if it is a game you do want to see me eventually play, then a like would always be appreciated. But like I said, I'm going to leave it here for the time being. So I'm going to say thanks for watching, guys. You know, if you do have any general comments about the game, then please feel free to leave them below. I will always respond to them. And obviously, if you want to check out any other videos I do, then there's a little exclamation mark in the top right there. Give that a little click, brings down all the videos I'm doing, and you can check them out. And if you really want up to date on any videos I'm doing, or any recent ones that I will be putting up, then subscribe to my channel by all means. But yeah, until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later. Bye. Run, 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 run. Blow up. Yes. Got him. It's like living in the last minute as well, so they can't turn around and tag you back.